Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn. All right, so good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. And of course, my name is Stephen Reese. It is Thursday morning. We're here until 8 o'clock as usual. All right. And this morning we have Minister in the Ministry of Housing and the, Shadow MP, I guess, for Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, and that is Philip Alexander. There's a pre-budget consultation that the government is having in each constituency. And this one is taking place on Sunday at the Queen's Park, Savannah. He's going to tell us about that and what it's about, what they're inviting you to do, the whole deal with that. So we're going to chat with that. We're going to chat about that with him in the second hour, the top of the hour. In the first hour, he has to say good morning to all of our regional viewers and those of you watching us internationally. I want to say Hayden. Morning to my boy Hayden in Miami. Hayden celebrated his birthday on Monday and he forgot to send me the picture, everything. You could understand that? My good brethren Hayden, you know. Alright, Hayden, hopefully we will back out to Miami in October and I look forward to you taking me on a tour, you know. We just tour, you know, director. When with Hayden, you toy, you know. Hayden and the Tesla, he don't play. Alright. So, we got the front page of the paper here. We're going to get into this conversation in just a little bit. Plus, something very interesting took place at a press conference that the opposition held concerning Diane Gadsby-Dolly, and she decided to make some announcements. And I have some questions on those announcements. And I tell you, reporters in this place really jokey, you know. The question that was posed to her after she put that information out there, and we'll get to that. And of course, during that press conference, more race baiting. Like I said earlier in the week, and I stand by that. That's what the PNM is especially good at, race baiting. When they can't win you on facts or they can't debate you, it's race bait, fearmonger, sensationalize. That's the playbook. It always has been. Right? And Marvin Gonzalez said something there yesterday that was just, it's like he's trying to start. We're all trying to do. And this was saying, if you want, hold the government accountable. If you want, you're the opposition, that's your job. But come on the grounds of credibility. Come with a credible argument. You're not getting no credible argument, just fear-mongering. Sensationalism, race baiting, division, these things. That's what it is, fear-mongering, everything thrown in there. That's all you're getting from them. Nothing of substance. But we'll get to that. Contracts did not need cabinet approval. Ex-chair says, I didn't mislead CPEP. Padarat says, who is lying at CPEP? And stand your ground consultation start on July 22nd. So there's going to be consultation on the stand your ground legislation that the government is, they're going to come with it. They're preparing to come with it. You understand? Now on the CPEP issue, let's read a little bit about this. Former CPEP chairman Joel Edwards has denied that cabinet approval was ever required or obtained for the controversial extension of 336 contracts, challenging the company's own claim that it was misled into making a $400 million commitment. CPEP alleges its board extended the contracts through 2029 after being falsely told that cabinet had approved the move. But Edwards, in an affidavit, says no such directive was ever confirmed during his tenure. He adds that a board document citing cabinet approval was inaccurate and later corrected. CPEP insists it was deceived into acting on what it calls political fraud and is now seeking a court injunction while probing potential criminal misconduct. What is really going on in CPEP? It's sounding to me like people trying to cover the tracks. Right? Now the dispute centers on board note BN01/25, which CPEP claims was approved based on assurances from Edwards and then Minister Faris Al-Rawi, and CEO Keith Eddy stated that Edwards said Cabinet had signed off on the extensions, prompting a round-robin vote that passed the measure just before a general election. However, Edwards claims he never told the board that cabinet approval was secured and ordered the note corrected upon releasing the error. He said no copy of the revised note could be located in his records. How? Let me tell you something. Let me read another paragraph. Eddy, in contrast, said his concerns were eased by the belief that CPEP was acting under cabinet orders. He said the board approved the extensions as a formality after receiving what they believed was a government directive. And in his affidavit, Edwards said that he had been appointed chairman of CPEP by the government sometime in 2023 and had served in that role until he resigned around May after the general election. Oh my goodness. He said to the best of his recollection, during his tenure as chairman, the board had never sought, nor to his knowledge had it ever required cabinet approval for the renewal or termination of contracts to which CPEP was a party. This is a mess. You know why it's a mess? You know why it's a mess? It's a mess. Things only become a mess like this when something is wrong. If everything ran correct, we would not be in this position in terms of what I just read to you. Now, I know that a board can approve certain things, right? There are certain things that you don't even need board approval for, like in terms of requests for funding and so on and so forth, right? If that request is of a certain amount and it doesn't exceed a certain amount, you don't need to go to a board for that. Somebody on the lower end could approve it. And then as the request for funding exceeds a certain amount, then it has to get board approval. And I would like to think that when we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts with taxpayers' dollars, that there is some figure there that, if exceeded, needs cabinet approval. That would just be me laying out a simple theory based on common sense, which ain't so common, right? We're talking about $400 million, $500 million, almost $500 million in contracts. And I am trying to figure out how any board could be given the authority to hand out nearly $500 million in contracts without a cabinet approval. I am finding that hard to understand. Maybe that's how it is. Maybe. Maybe I'll ask Philip Alexander that when he gets in. I don't know. Right? But obviously, with these two different positions being taken, by the CEO and then the former chairman, something has to be wrong somewhere. Do you understand? And the CPEP workers who want to get paid and all of them who clamoring and clapping with these opposition MPs, understand this. What you're clapping for? If something is wrong in terms of what took place here, what you clapping for? The wrongdoing? What all of them holding hands for? To support wrongdoing? You see, we want the country to run right. We want the problems to be fixed, but we don't want to do what is necessary and even make a temporary sacrifice to fix it so that you get a better product out of it. And the noise. Oh boy, we love the noise. Oh yes. And? We love the noise, eh? Yeah. PNM says the opposition is not taking the UNC bait on CPEP. Gun dealers meet with Homeland Security Minister. They say create firearm licensing board and criteria for FUL. Problems for Parenco continue as more contract employees threaten sick out. Padarat knocks political corruption at CPEP, asking the question, who is lying and why? Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarat says he is shocked but not surprised that the decision to extend the contract of all 336 core community-based environmental protection and enhancement program contractors did not have cabinet approval. And it goes on, well, in a media release on July 16, Padarat noted that the board note dated April 23rd was signed by CPEP's chairman Joel Edwards and CEO Keith Eddy, and specifically stated that the cabinet had considered and agreed to adopt this policy. He said, quote, the board was asked to ratify the implementation of this cabinet decision. Both the chairman and the CEO signed that note and held an emergency round-robin vote via email because they clearly believed that the cabinet had granted the necessary approval, end quote. He also said the decision would have committed the government and people of Trinidad and Tobago to a mammoth $1.4 billion in expenditure, effectively locking CPEP into agreements with existing contractors until 2029. How could a board give an approval for an expenditure like that without cabinet approval? We'll come back to that and take your calls on it. Gonzalez tells Alexander, which Alexander is that? Roger Alexander, welcome to the real show. You can read about that on page 8. Hotel Association and Tourism Minister in talks. Tobago bookings down, but hoteliers hopeful. Open the hotel school. The Minister of Tourism. I ain't here talking nothing about that. They shut down that school. That school was thriving, eh? They shut down that school. Restructure the management practices there and please reopen the hotel school. And while you open it, call Chef Shiraz because he has something good going on with the Culinary Academy. He should be on our board or something dealing with that because ever since that shutdown, Chef is the only man I know that tried to keep it going under the Culinary Academy. That's how the Culinary Academy started when the hotel school was shut down. And Chef advertising courses, certified courses here on Breaking Dawn only. And he just gets his students on a consistent basis. If he wasn't, then he wouldn't be advertising it. He's the only man battling for that. What do we have here? Oh God, we come into this. The PNM says there's no diversity in the state boards. We'll come to that. Anyhow, that is the news day for today. Oh God, West Indies make less than 27 runs? No. All right, they didn't play. All right, good. Nice. Amen, Lord. Better they don't be playing cricket. All right. So I'll tell you what. We're going to get things started. And as we get things started, I know I have a lot of requests for interviews. All right. Let me see now. All right, here we go. But we have plenty of requests for people who they want a little interview and that kind of thing, and we'll get to all of them. Speaking about chef and the hotel school, give me chef course schedule here. Right, so Chef Shiraz has a schedule in terms of his courses, and these courses are starting on the 21st of July, that is this coming weekend, and there are courses that are starting all the way to the 9th of August. And we encourage you to call Chef Shiraz on 3724-639 or 737-5097. And we're talking food and restaurant and catering workshop, the summer kids cooking classes, the certificate in culinary arts, the baking and pastry course, and the creative international cuisine. We urge you to call, get yourself registered for whichever course appeals to you, and get started today. All right? You never know where you might end up in terms of a career. Also, we want to remind you to get Flow. That's right, Flow and Armor Security. We want you to get non-stop protection with Armor Security with 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response. You and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Armor Security, powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro Security. Protection that moves to your beat. Visit discoverflow.co for details, all right? And in the world that we live in, with crime where it is and home invasions and so on and so forth, this is a terrific option for you that is affordable. Eden Heights. So we got to remind you about Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. And of course, they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, halotherapy, nutritional programs, oxygen baths, weight loss programs, and more. Consultation services include live blood analysis, sport injuries, arthritis, supplements, detox programs, and more. And you can visit them at any one of their 3 locations. They are located in Trin City, Shogunas, and Tobago. And you could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 493-9196. And you can email them at edenightsdistributors@gmail.com. Director, before we go to the break, I sent you the picture of a missing man. Let me get a missing man now. He has Alzheimer's. Yeah. So a friend of mine, this is their uncle, and today makes it a week that he has been missing. Okay? A week that he has been missing. Let me just get his information here. Right. So, he's 81 years old. He suffers from Alzheimer's. He was last seen in a gray top and a blue pants. His name is Lincoln Thomas Charles. And he was seen last Thursday. All right, today makes it a week, like I said. Anybody with information in terms of this man's whereabouts, he wandered off, you can call 339-5940. That is 339-5940. That is the number to call. I urge you, please, if you see this man, please call his family and let them know that you have seen him, or you have him there with you in I don't want to say custody, but you have him in your company, all right? And they can come and pick him up, all right? Alzheimer's is not something that I would wish on my worst enemy, right? I saw what Alzheimer's did to my grandmother, who raised me. She couldn't even recognize me, and I was like, I was the golden child, I was the favorite, I was the firstborn in all the grandchildren, and I was the only grandson, you know? And I remember I went to see her a little while before she passed away, I was living with my father in St. James, and she was in Barataria where I grew up. And I remember I went to see her and that kind of thing, and she looked at me and she said, Frankie. Frankie was her husband name. That was my grandfather, Frankie Raghunath. And she did not recognize me. You understand? And I saw what that did. So I wouldn't wish Alzheimer's on my worst enemy. All right? So please, if you see this man, please make the call and let the family, come and collect him. All right? So with that, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we will take a look we'll get some comments on the CPEP situation, but there's a secondary part of that CPEP situation that I want to bring into the conversation, and that has to do with these grants that Nyan Gatsby Dolly decided she going to educate people on now. I have some questions for her with that. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
No time to waste this vacation. Join Elders Classes Vacation Bootcamp.
Our vacation program has a wide range of CSEC subjects. Also, this vacation, we have an 8 weeks conversational Spanish course. Tradition allows us at Elders to pass on what we know and what we love.
Drill them this vacation. No kicks. Join your batch.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services, We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Saturday, July 19th, it's Caldero's Christmas in July. Caldero's Christmas in July at Caldero's Grill and Stage, 104 to 105 Independence Avenue in San Fernando from 8 p.m. till 2 a.m. Free rum punch, sorrel, ham and hops. Caldero's Christmas in July, featuring BB Serenaders, Chris Rojas, Marcio Miranda, and the man himself, Leon Caldero. Your early bird tickets, $150. Tickets available at 335-7081 or at Caldero's Grill and Stage. Hosted by Ninja, DJ Sensational Sammy, and Cool Mo D. It's Caldero's Christmas in July. Saturday, July 19th at Caldero's Grill and Stage, 104 to 105 Independence Avenue in San Fernando from 8 p.m. Caldero's Christmas in July. Brought to you by Liquid Lounge.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and we are 29 minutes past your 6 o'clock. Before I even open the phone lines, right, I would like to, I just want to throw everything at you. You heard what I just read about the CPEP thing. I also want to give you the video with Nyan Gadsby Dolly and the revelations that she decided, or the information she decided to give to CPEP workers, right? Give me the Gadsby Dolly.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
So we want our fired CPEP and forestry workers to know that there are grants that you should be applying for at this time. And we want you to access the offices of social development, Ministry of the People and Social Development, to access and apply for these grants. The temporary food card, that is emergency food support for households without income, that is available, and we ask you to visit the offices, and we will tell you where they are, and apply for that. The permanent food support, monthly food allowance based on family size, you can apply for that as well. The public assistance grant, which gives you financial aid for families under the poverty line, you have no income, and you should be applying for that at this time. Rental assistance, which affords you a rent of up to $2,500 a month for 3 months. You should be applying for that. There's a dietary grant, which is up to $1,500 for persons with specific health-related dietary needs. The pharmaceutical grant, up to $2,500 for drugs not provided under CEPEP. The education grant, $500 per month per child attending secondary school where the household has no other income source. The school supplies grant, a support for students attending primary schools to cover books, uniforms, and related materials. The PNM is calling on every displaced CPEP and forestry worker to take immediate steps to safeguard your families. The government, which should be doing this for you and should be helping is not helping you to help yourselves. And we, the PNM, as a responsible opposition that cares, is now putting it before you so that you can take immediate action to safeguard your family.
You list a whole lot of stuff. Could you apply for all of those stuffs, or is it just limited to just certain things that you can apply for?
Very soon, each member of the opposition, each MP is going to post that on their page. The PNM is going to post it on all of our pages as well. And every MP's office is going to have that information available. I can tell you as a member of parliament, I share that type of information also routinely via broadcast to more than 1,000 constituents at a time. So
Your man grand she call out. Your man grand she call out. Who? Which talk show host in the history of Trinidad and Tobago used to sit down here and tell all you, the government have real grants, but they don't tell you about it. You just had to go and find out what grants it have available. They don't ever tell you about it, right? But it have grants available. And I used to tell all you, if you want to renovate your home, it have a grant for that. Who used to tell all you that? Yeah. So now, in opposition, she know how much grant it have, and how much grant you could access, and how much grant you could apply for. And she talking about the government supposed to be assisting you with this, but as a responsible opposition. So you're responsible in opposition, but you're responsible in government. I want to ask Nyan Gadsby Dolly this. You come to call all them grant that CPEP workers, the displaced CPEP workers can access. What about the displaced people in Trinidad and Tobago on the whole? What about all the people that living below the poverty line in Trinidad and Tobago who ain't working CPEP, but they was working for minimum wage, a minimum wage that could hardly support them? What about those people? When all of us in government for the last 10 years, all they didn't know to go and inform people about those grants? You didn't think to come in a press conference and say, well, you know, for those of you during the COVID-19 period, the same press conference always at 10 o'clock every morning to mislead people with the Graffman and Parasram and all of them, when all of us bringing them press conference every day, it never dawned on all that it had people that was put under pressure by their employers and they lost their work, or they were sent home and they couldn't go to work and they couldn't earn a salary because they didn't want to take a vaccine that all was imposing on people. When the people was put on the breadline, all they never come one day and say, well, if your employer put you on the breadline because you didn't want to take the vaccine, you could access the rental grant and the education grant and the this grant and the that grant and the other grant and whichever grant and general grant and all you could access. Right? All they didn't come there. When I can't call petrolhead workers because they had their monies and stuff that they got. But there was a little period there that it took, right? You didn't come to them and say, well, you know, in the interim period here or in this period before, you could access, or you could go and access this grant, that one, this grant, that grant. Or they never come to the public and tell them nothing. When the diverse families sit down there waiting on their money, that Paria can't pay them yet, or the government can't offer them yet, except when the election right round the corner and they want to use it as a gimmick. When those families lose their breadwinners, you didn't know to come and tell them, well, you know, to the family of the divers, while Paria is running the investigation and before this matter in the court is decided, in the meantime, we understand that you lose the breadwinner in the family. So here we're going on. Through the government, you could access grant A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You didn't think about that. When people get flooded out, all in Pinal and other parts of Trinidad and Tobago, all they ever come one day in a press conference and tell them how much grant they could access, or they never come and tell them that. The only thing we was hearing about was flood assistance grant or something so. It was a flood grant. And when people apply for it, you know what your Minister of Social Development tell them? They're double dipping. You remember that? Remember the double dipping? That you can't dip here and access this grant here and then want to access a grant here too. That is double dipping. But now you're coming now, double dipping, triple dipping, quadruple dipping, all kind of dipping. Everything cool with that. Because why? It's best for your political look now. It's politically convenient now to come and talk that talk. You see, this one is can't take. These are things that agitate me, aggravate me. You understand what I'm telling you? And it still have people in this country stupid enough to fall for gimmick like that. That's a gimmick. Sure, the grants exist, and sure, write, go, apply. I have always told people that. Go and apply for the grants that are available. The government are real grants. But I don't know all of them. I know about a few of them. And the few that I knew about, I used to tell all you about. Tell people used to message the phone, Stefan, which part are they go to apply? And I used to message them back and tell them exactly what they had to do. But they wasn't telling you that. People who on disability and getting some measly little $2,000 a month that could barely see their way, right? And they can't live on that and afford medication as well. Why ain't come and broadcast it a pharmaceutical grant for them too? All you know about that either. And then the disability grant now, people, they were rejecting people because they wasn't 100% disabled. All of this forget what all they do, people. Look now, all you don't get me started and aggravated this morning. I'm telling all you, I go open the phone line. Let me go to the phone line. Morning. Games. All you're not genuine. All you're not honest. All have no integrity. All you have nothing about all you. That I could say, well, yeah, it's attractive a little bit. Who vex I say that? They all have business. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Listen, since I listened to the 7 o'clock news yesterday evening, I get up this morning and I know that was going to happen this morning. I know that was going to make you get mad because that make me get mad and look, I could have hardly sleep last night because what that woman is saying there, it's disgraceful to her. That is the same woman who used to become, watch how she come up. Watch how she dressed. This was the same woman who would come up with her headpiece on top there like she played mass. That was she didn't thinking about anything.
Yeah, but call her, forgetting all of that with headpiece and wherever and wherever. We had to deal with the matter at hand. They had 10 years in office. Not one day they ever come to the public and say, hey, these are grants that you could access.
Listen, those grants that you call there and she called there, that was only for one set of people, you know. That was only for one set of people. That is what they don't understand. The people don't understand. I couldn't go there, you couldn't go there and get that there. Once you go there as a PNM supporter and Balizier drinker, you will get what you want. I know that is a fact. Tanapuna, I belong to Tanapuna branch across there, and I could tell you, unless you ain't go there with a red pants, a red jersey, or a red cap, they ain't attending to you. They ain't giving you what is yours. They're turning you back. Say we come back and all kind of things. Stefan, something have to be done about that. How about
all right, no problem. Yeah, man. I'm going to go again. I'm trying to take as many as possible because I go to a break this song. Morning.
Hey, Stefan. Good morning.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, listen, I want to ask you a question, right? For the URP CPEP, jobs and so on, right? Or contracts then. The present government would have been in opposition, right? So if it needed parliamentary approval, they would have been aware, right?
Yeah.
But apparently it's a shock to them, So I am sure that the PNM, this UNC stronghold would have still been getting contracts. So I guess those were approved. And of course it will be, it will be minimum in those areas, certainly when PNM was in government, you understand? But this thing with Dolly Gas, but I know, you see, now we know that persons let's say it, under the PNM, they were able to access all these grants. I remember some of my relatives from Cedrus, and so when they would go apply, I mean, someone's husband is incapacitated, and so the amount of questions they will ask them, like how much money do you go penny-wise, how much money do you spend, and what you're doing about the children, that they never went back, Stefan. It was a rejection because it's like, they try to stifle them from, not coming back. So that's it. But we know that people were getting these grants and getting by.
Okay. All right, no problem. And
her name is Dolly Grant. Dolly Grant. That's her new name, Dolly Grant. Take care, bye-bye.
All right, no problem. Yeah, and the problem, my issue is, listen, I have no problem. I have always sat here and tell people, go, it have grants available. You understand? But they weren't informing you about all them grants that are available, You ever hear them come in a press conference and tell you that in your hard times? Morning.
First of all, morning. Let me add to what you was in earlier on. During the 2018 flood, when we get a real bad flood all over the country, I remember the Prime Minister Rowley himself come on TV and say that all the grants that the government have, people will not be able to access all them grants. So things that people could access, school uniform, school books, food card, to help to replace furniture and things. The man come on TV, I remember that, and say that all them grants, do not apply for all them grants because you will not be able to get all them grants. So them limit the grants that the citizens of the country entitled to. And now this woman come and talking a pack of rubbish, come now, man.
Well, she says a responsible opposition. You understand? I know that it are people, if you apply for this grant and that grant and the other grant, you're in short to get through. Because if you get one, you can't get the rest. Morning.
But Stefan, morning. What's going on? Hear us now. Remember, the reporter asked Dolly this now. How much of this grant can I access? She didn't answer that.
No, she didn't answer. She said all the MPs will post something to the social media.
Why ain't go and tell people in one household how much grant can you access in a household? I only think it's only one grant to access, and
because if
all
one
that
person,
grant they're talking about.
If one person in a household getting a food card, that's it. As far as I know, that's it.
She fooling people. They're fooling people here. Later.
Yeah, man. Like the next thing too, oh God. All you grow up now, man. You want to be a responsible opposition? Grow up, but don't come and use these things now as some basis for some sort of narrative when you was in power for 10 years. Morning.
Stefan, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
I remember you sitting down there and talking about all what you're talking about this morning. So who don't remember? I remember. You used to talk about all these grants and nobody didn't know about it. For years you talk about that. Yeah, now she coming to talk. All of them didn't have a voice for the last 10 years, but now they come in to talk. Okay, I go on.
Yeah. I take our winners here, and then I got to take the break, eh? Director, how long the break is? 5? About that, all right. Morning.
Good morning, Stefan. How you going?
Hi there, cool man.
Stefan, in the 10 years that they were in government, I would have liked to ask Chief how much people lives they have improved with those grants they were giving out. And rather than have more people depending on grant, that they was weaning them off the grant. And if the 100,000 people that they brought into the country, if they are also entitled to all those grants that she's talking about now, because you have people in the country now that not working, they're not assigned to any type of jobs in the country, whether it's CPEP or nothing, that is what was the refugees. Should they be entitled to all those grants too? So these people are supposed to go online or by sheet and ask her if they are qualified for those grants, and then go to get it, because they were the ones who brought them into the country and have them in the situation there. So you can't only be thinking about one set of people who they have under poverty and leave out the rest of them.
She coming to talk about that and telling displaced CPEP workers. And that is the primary point that I'm making. What about displaced people outside of CPEP, displace people on the whole.
Exactly how much people them put under the poverty line right now in this country in that 10 years. And these people had to be really sick and understand what's going on with these people now that they're in opposition. You know. We have to be real careful with this country now. Have a good morning.
All right, yeah, man, no problem. All right, I gotta go to the break, right? As I go to the break, I want to remind you about Setwayola board. So Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic. We come back and take some calls on this. We're coming back to the phone line, and I'm going straight to the top of the calls. But Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, powered by nutritional therapy. And it's very simple. Why manage a disease when you can reverse it naturally? They specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You can call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Book an appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. And I also want to remind you about elders. So if you're not happy with your child's end of term results, don't worry. Enroll them in Elders Vacation Bootcamp classes and get them serious about their education and improve those grades for the new school term. Also, Elders has the 8 weeks conversational Spanish class that is open to students who just finished SEA. Form 1 to 5 students and adults. Call Elders on 627-8642 or WhatsApp them on 715-5480. You can also visit them at 48A Pembroke Street, Port of Spain. With that, we take a break. When we come back, we'll continue on the phone line. Stay tuned.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsane between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weather Master Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and its crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw materials.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
Calypso lovers, get ready for a night of musical nostalgia as Trinidad and Tobago says thank you, Sparrow. Enjoy electrifying appearances from today's stars as they perform the greatest hits from the mighty Sparrow.
Like Chuck Gordon, Rodney McIntosh, Devon Seal, KB Charles, Zachary Ransom, Terry Lyons, Pink Panther, Oscar B, College Boy Jesse, and Luther to say thank you, Sparrow. That's all, that is all, that is all. All happening on Saturday, July 26th at Sapa and Thursday, July 31st at Napa. Showtime 6 p.m. Second edition tickets bought by Saturday, July 19th. Cost $50 less if they last.
For more info, call 491-1802.
Thank you, Sparrow.
All right, so we're back. We were talking about these, the CPEP situation. We're also talking about this cabinet approval or no cabinet approval. We're talking about billions of dollars, or according to Barry Padrat, $1.4 billion commitment in terms of these contract extensions and so on and so forth. We're talking about these grants laid out by Gadsby Dolly at the press conference. And you know, I remember during the break, you know, they had to be real heartless, you know. I only remember what went on with my father. My father was on disability. And when he started to get NIS, he was getting NIS and disability. And when time for him to get his pension, his first check, they sent it for $500. And I went in to inquire about that. Imagine, no consultation, no phone call, no nothing. They come and tell me, when my father started to get NIS, they were supposed to stop the disability. They were at fault. They didn't stop it because the policy changed under them. Under the Passad Bicessa People's Partnership, you could get all. They come and change the policy, and then they didn't take the necessary steps to stop the disability payments. So, you know what not going on. They come and say, my father owing the state $100 and something thousand. And without asking a question as to, well, you know, how much you think you could afford to pay back? They just deduct $2,500 out of the man's pension without any thought or any consideration of his health condition, his age, his financial situation, anything like that. And all you're coming out to play, look, you see me? Let me do. Morning.
That is really a comedy.
Yeah, morning, go ahead, man.
We had a thank Dolly Gadsby for informing us about all of the grants.
Exactly. I hope everybody takes note.
She didn't inform us of how do you access the grant. And if you qualify for one or two, would you be qualified for the rest? And what disqualifies you? Would you have to present a bank account statement to identify whether you have money or you don't have, and all of these things? And at the end of it,
There's a process.
The operative word is grant. A grant can be given and a grant can be taken away or denied.
Yeah.
Anyhow you look at it.
Yeah.
There are people who were getting grants, and when they started to sell a little water because the money was enough, they take it away. There was a man in a wheelchair because his neighbor was helping him to take away the grant. So people had to look at all of these things. And as for Marvin Gonzalez,
yeah,
it have two parties in the country. One is Indo and one is Afro. And when you get into office, you appoint boards with people who supported you and who are loyal to you and people who are qualified. And when they're in office, they say everybody at Trinidad and they're entitled to anything you are Trinidadian. The narrative has changed. And then all they could use is the race card. And watch Marvin Gonzalez. Marvin Gonzalez getting 10 now, feeling sorry for him. Like they give him no food.
Like he needs to know macaroni pie and no ham again.
And the only thing getting big in him is the mouth. Everything else narrowed down. And a set of rubbish coming out of his mouth. Poor fella. Time for them fellas to take a little rest. Go and take a little sleep, man. Do like what's she name, Camille Robinson Regis. Take a little time out there.
All right.
Go and relax.
Yeah, man. And
Yeah,
I am also trying to figure out, with all this going on, who is the opposition leader? Marvin Gonzalez or Penelope Beckles? Morning.
Good morning, Stefan. This is Ravi Ramdeen here.
Yeah, Ravi, go ahead.
And I have been championing this cause and the only person talking about these grants for a couple of months, and I have put it out to the public that anybody wanted to try to get you with the NIS, pension, food card, or disability grant, and now you're hearing about a barrage of grants.
Yeah.
Do you know how thousands of people that I have on my phone, and I am certainly sure there are people that hear my voice now, and they could attest to the kind of help that I've been trying to get for these people, because the Ministry of Social Welfare have this idiotic thing that is called double dipping.
Yeah.
So if it is that if you are getting an NIS, your pension, and you go and you apply for a food card or a disability grant, they will tell you no one time because you will be what? Double dipping.
You're double dipping.
And furthermore, Stefan, there are people who are dying. They're getting dialysis and they can't get food. They cannot even go and pay for the dialysis. There are people who are in the cerebral palsy group too.
Correct.
And they're not getting help.
Correct.
And Stefan, I've been doing this a few months now.
Yeah.
And I have been doing it with just 3 people. And we are overwhelmed by people that are calling my phone and telling me the problems that they have, sending me their documents, Stefan.
Yeah.
And this is something, a serious thing that they are politicking with the people's hunger. And there are people out here that live hand to mouth. I have a guy that hasn't gotten his pension for over 5 years, and he's an amputee, and he has no food in his house, and he have to go and borrow money from people, and he running a big bill now.
Madness.
It is crazy, Stefan. I've been doing this, so you can check me out on TikTok, and you will see all the videos. And also, Stefan, if it is you want to get information from me about other people, you will see the information. I have everything written down.
All right,
everything.
no problem.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it have a lot of people, but all of a sudden, it's only CPEP workers that caught up in this situation. They all of a sudden, they're the most important people. But look how much people suffering out here. All they never come one day. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah. Yeah, man, what's going on?
They want to talk about grant. Look how long I sent to you. Not before this government in power, but the previous government. I am 100% disabled and they stop it.
And
they never give me disability.
And they stopped it?
They never give me, assistant grant, and when I go on and tell them I had to get disability grant, they're telling me they're going to look into it. And then as I start to get NIS, they call me and stop it and tell me anybody working for $12,000 or have $12,000 coming in, they will they had to stop it. Now when I go on back with all my documents, they say that is the law.
And they denied and you were rejected the disability grant?
I reject everything. I have nothing to get. I renting. I am going for operation. My stapler joint damage on my foot, on my ankle. All that is so I am 120% disabled and still can't get nothing.
And you can't get the grant?
Well, when you go there, they give me one food card for a month, $500. And after that, nothing.
Wow. All right. Yeah, man. You see? Thanks a lot. Oh, God. I caught him there before I'm taking, yes? Hello, good morning. Hello, morning.
Morning. I want to talk to Stefan, please.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, this grant, I get my iBoost, and I supposed to get money. I find they cut off and I start to get pension.
They what? Repeat that last part?
All the time I was getting my grant with my iBoost, and after when I started to get pension, they cut me off.
They cut you off, yes. That is what they do my father. My father was getting disability, and as he started getting NIS, I said, cut it off. Or pension, sorry. They cut off everything. They say you can't collect both and all kind of thing. And say the man go in the state.
Yeah, but they give you a thing up to 5,000. You can't cross 5,000.
Correct. And his disability, and the disability he was getting and the NIS, it wasn't crossing 5,000. So they came with their policy, and that's how they started to deal with people. You understand? All right, thanks a lot. You see, I ain't lying. I know I saying. People could say what they want, yes? I know I saying. I witnessed that with my father. I had was going to social development. I went in there, and I had to give them a piece of my mind. I said, but how, if this is the case, you all couldn't make a call? All you couldn't send a letter in advance stating ABC, XYZ? You all took it upon yourself without knowing the individual's situation to just deduct $2,500 out of the money and send a check for $500? Man, look now. They how much they care. They responsible. Morning.
Stefan, morning. Stefan, explain what it is you went through with your father. But Malcolm Jones could mismanage and spend how much is 10 or 12 billion dollars US, and the PNM could come and write it off. Understand? But they're looking to hung down your father for that little small money. Understand? But Gatsby, they've come out to tell the entire population how much grant it have. Understand?
No,
but
I
as
want
they
people
say,
to take note.
that is why
I want people to take note as to how much grant it have. And do not forget, there is a grant to renovate your home as well.
Yeah, we know it's a real grant. But as one of the callers say, she didn't explain it's accessing if you can get them grant on them. Understand? But I want to tell them in the PNM, all they're responsible now and all in opposition, so all they remain in opposition. Understand? All they
Oh God.
PNM and them by.
All right, no problem. I lost you there, boy. I'm going to take this final one real quick. We got Minister in the Ministry of Housing coming up. Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning, Stefan, and to your audience.
Hey, yeah, Janice.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Hi. The opposition is doing what they're supposed to do, quite frankly.
Yes, no
which
problem.
is being in opposition. But, I'm a person, I deal with issues and solutions. There's a simple solution to all of this, because on my campaign walk, when I'm talking to the constituents, they all indicated that they were not aware of the grants because some of them don't have access to internet.
Right.
Right? So all the current government has to do is to do like any corporation who wants to market and get their products out to their customers. Advertise, radio, TV, WhatsApp, Facebook, flyers, to let people know what is available.
Yep.
And then when they go into the office, to have people there who can assist them with empathy.
Correct.
Because they don't have empathy when dealing with the citizens of this country.
Have you
right?
seen, just on empathy, have you seen that social development office on Duke Street corner?
Yes, but it's no longer there. They
Right, I
moved.
know. But when it was there, I talking about
Yes.
elderly people standing up out in the hot sun on our pavement.
Correct.
Look now. Yeah, go ahead. Quickly, because I had a
Yes,
put a break
so,
here.
yes, I know. So the current government could solve this problem easily, right? The next thing too is when they give phone numbers, oh gosh, don't have the operator putting you onto an extension, which is a voicemail
Yeah.
recording. Right now, you have the corporation, for the Spain Corporation, they give you a number with respect to derelict vehicles. When you call the number, you get onto the operator, she puts you onto the extension, and all you're getting is a voicemail, and I'm going, what madness is this?
Yeah.
You can't get no information.
It's frustrating. Yeah.
And also to set up, which that those same grants, to set up where in the various constituencies and a sub-office where people could go in and get, write up the forms, look at their cases and so on. Because when you have people from South and Sandy Grande and all these places having to travel into town, sit down and scrub bench until lunchtime, maybe until close to 2 o'clock, and still leave without any assistance. Come on now, man. This has been going on for far too long. It's time to put a solution in place and be done with it.
All right. No problem.
Okay?
All right, Janice. Thanks a lot. Yeah. All right, with that, I've got to go to the break. We have Minister in the Ministry of Housing coming up, Philip Alexander. He's going to talk on the pre-budget consultation that's coming up. We also have Dr. Watson on a little bit later. We're going to engage her with the marijuana conversation. As we go to the break, I want to remind you about Flow. Yeah. So Flow, protection that moves to your beat. Stay protected with Armor Security. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, backed by All Pro. Visit discoverflow.co for more details. And I would also like to remind you about Open Minds. All right, so Open Minds Education. There's somebody send me a new ad-lib here, director. Hold on, I'm finding it. Right, I know finding it. Nice, good. So Open Minds Education are saying, hey parents, if you're looking for something meaningful for the children this summer, this is it. Open Minds is back with their online summer camp. It's more than just worksheets and lectures. From July 21st to August 15th, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to noon, your child will be learning math, grammar, and creative writing live on Zoom. No drop-offs, no traffic, no hassle, just smart learning from the comfort of your home. Spots are limited, so WhatsApp them now on 388-6635, and that's Open Minds, Education Beyond Boundaries. All right, so with that, we take the break. When we come back from the break, we got Philip Edward Alexander with us, Minister in the Ministry of Housing, and we're going to chat with him about the pre-budget consultation and maybe a couple other things. All right, before we get to Dr. Watson, stay tuned.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji. Are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face, and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1-868-384-3844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Calypso lovers, get ready for a night of musical nostalgia as Trinidad and Tobago says thank you, Sparrow. Enjoy electrifying appearances from today's stars as they perform the greatest hits from the mighty Sparrow.
Like Chuck Gordon, Roddy McIntosh, Devon Seal, KB Charles, Zachary Ransom, Terry Lyons, Pink Panther, Oscar B, College Boy Jesse, and Luther to say thank you, Sparrow. That's all, that is all, that is all. All happening on Saturday, July 26th at Sapa and Thursday, July 31st at Napa. Showtime 6 p.m. Second edition tickets bought by Saturday, July 19th. Cost $50 less if they last.
For more info, call 491-1802.
Thank you, Sparrow.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning. We're 15 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. We got Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Shadow MP, if I'm not mistaken, for Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West.
And my very good friend.
And a good friend of mine, Philip Edward Alexander, with us this morning. And he's going to talk about the pre-budget. We'll be talking about a few things, but one of them is going to be the pre-budget consultation that is taking place this Sunday at the Queen's Park Savannah Grandstand. All right. Now, we're going to get to a couple other things in the time that we have, but we want to start there. So I want to say good morning. And I cannot recall if this is the first of its kind in terms of a consultation constituency by constituency with the general public for our budget?
This Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa, is changing the game. She called us into a caucus. Go back to your constituents. We're going to do a budget based on what the people want. So go and find out what the people in your constituency want. Those that are members of parliament, go to your people. Those who are not members of parliament, you're the shadow MP, go to your people like you're the member of parliament. Tell them you want the information. This is not the only consultation we're doing now. 2 consultations back to back.
Okay.
We have this consultation on the pre-budget. Right after that, we're going back to the same constituency a week later to do a consultation on stand your ground. You and I spoke about this. You and I spoke about this, that big ticket items should go back to the constituents who vote you into office to get their opinion.
Their opinion on it, yeah.
That's how the country should run. I remember people like Philip Franco and them talking about real democracy must touch the ground. This is touching the ground.
Okay.
This is touching the ground because we are going to be in the VIP lounge of the grandstand of the Queen's Park Savannah, and we're going there. That could hold a couple hundred people. There's 4 constituencies with us. It's the 2 Laventils, East and West, Port of Spain, South, Kirtzinet, and me, Port of Spain, North, St. Anne's West, right? And we're going to be there. But it's what, 130,000 people in those 4 constituencies. If 4,000 people come out, 5,000 people, we will spill out into the grandstand. That's why we chose that venue. They know my role. They know Philip will fix it. They know that if they have issues that they need to have addressed, besides it going into the budget, they have an opportunity to come and talk to us direct. We have groups of people on tables with pen and paper, taking your name, your number, your problem. We go in and hit that ground running. When we're done, I'm telling you, we're going to transform, I personally going to transform my constituency, Port of Spain, North, St. Anne's West. But the Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad Bissessa, gave us a mandate. She wants the information back, give her a snapshot. This is what the people of our constituency, because it's correct, Sangre Grande have a different issue to Mayaro, have a different issue to Diego Martin, have a different issue to Caroni.
Each constituency will have different issues and priorities.
Education, healthcare. I mean, when you're in Diego Martin Central, everything dense. When you're in Mayaro, everything spread out. So you have to know your constituency and your constituents and what applies and what is relevant to them. So this is spot on. Again, we're talking low-hanging fruit. This is things I remember all the activists, the whole activist council used to say, let's get a government that will come back to the people before you pass legislation to sign on to the WHO. Let me get a government that will come back and talk to the people before signing WEF. Let's get a government that will come back to the people before talking that you're passing cashless law or you're going TT Revenue Authority. Come back to the people who put you there.
Right.
That's our government now.
Yeah, because
and Trinidadians need to see that. Sorry for cutting it, but Trinidadians need to.
No, I saw it. I saw the little ads on it, the little flyers on it on social media and otherwise, and I was like, well, this had to be, I can't see anybody not having a problem with something like this because this is what you want. You want to engage. Politics is, the primary part of politics is dealing with people.
Yeah,
right? If people not seeing you, and people complain about that for years, they say, but you know I vote, and there's only one election time and I see them. And you understand?
So this is 2 months in. The same people who you just seen ringing your doorbell, knocking on your gate, we here again. Next week you're seeing us again.
Right.
You'll get fed up seeing the MP. You'll get fed up seeing the councillors. You'll get fed up seeing the shadow MPs. But you're correct and you're spot on. And I'm saying that, it's easy to talk about the problems and things, but talk about also the good things that are happening as well. And this is a big thing.
Yeah.
That the government has closed the gap between the people and the elected. We are going to be in constant consultation with the voters, with the constituents, with the population of Trinidad and Tobago to make sure that we have a plan. We have policies on all the major issues, and we hit the ground running. We rubbish the Revenue Authority. We cancel the merits. And I just want to touch that for a second because people say, you're getting rid of the merits. But there are some things that, not everything is 100%.
Correct.
Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
So, you still want to influence society away from its own self-destruction, against drunk driving, crashing into people's house, crashing into children, walking on the side of the road because you're drunk or you're falling asleep, distracted driving. There are a lot of issues that you cannot not pay attention to.
Right.
I think that giving a man 3 and 6 demerits for not wearing a seatbelt and things, that's ridiculous because you're influencing there. But they have some things, so they kept some, but at the end of the day, they kept the promise, you know. The cashless society is not even anywhere on the table
on the table, right?
That's what brought me to join with them, because she said this WHO, this WEF, this cashless, this revenue authority, gone.
Right.
And she said that, I will help you, ma'am.
Okay.
Because the last government was about stripsing at you. The last government was about weaning yourself off the government. The last government, I listened to a minister, a member of parliament for Labantil West, tell the people, street light is not government business, road is not government business. So what is government business?
But it's interesting, you know, I forgot about that just now. We were just talking about the former Minister of Education, and Gatsby Dolly, with all these grants that she mentioned. And you know, you just mentioned something. The Prime Minister that she was under actually said, wean yourself off the government, but now she's coming to tell you, you had this grant, that grant, the other grant, that grant, the other grant, this grant.
The same Marvin Gonzalez that tearing up his garments to cry for the poor, tell you, well, you ought to stop eating macaroni pie.
Correct, and ham.
No harm.
No harm, no harm. Every month, he said every month or every week.
Keats
I didn't know people used to eat ham so regular.
Animated, say, Mr. Speaker, I still have my coal pot, you know.
Yeah.
I just put my breadfruit in the coals. Sometimes if you can't afford gas.
Yeah.
And
that, want to save on gas, I ride a bicycle to work,
and then he went and put $600 in gas in the Benz.
In the Benz? Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, but you see, you have to contrast and compare, and people will tell me, well, that's what we vote out. Yes, but don't forget. Don't forget where we come from. Don't forget that you come from a prime minister that will stoop and walk away from the interview. Don't forget that you had that Donna Cox tell people, well, not everybody in social development will get taken care of, because she said that some people needy and some people greedy, and these things can't leave you. You have to remember the abuse, so you never put yourself back in that abuse again.
And while we're on the consultation talks, stand your ground. I see it in the paper this morning. Stand your ground consultation starts on July 22nd. So you have any pre-budget, and as you said, back to back. Now this has been a bit contentious, I think, because people don't understand clearly what the government is proposing with the stand your ground legislation. Then you have the noise that coming from the opposition, and they're doing a good job at making noise. That's a work. The work is to make noise.
They get a gift with CPEP. CPEP get them a leg to stand back on, and they get to frame the narrative. And you know, I mean, give Barry Padarat his credit. That's not his concern, really. He focusing on solving the problem. There was a lot of corruption in CPEP. I don't want to talk too much about it. That's his lane. But I know that they had to stop it.
Right.
When you look at what's going on, I mean, the headlines, this one saying I didn't mislead the board, and that one saying the cabinet didn't send, and the cabinet did it. All of a sudden, the information coming out are going to come out in their lawsuit. You're going to realize what it is they really did with CPEP.
Okay.
So it is not about the little people with the $120. That's not, they're using those people conveniently. But what it was about was massive contracts, millions of dollars to cut a piece of grass outside here 3 times for the month. But somebody living in Goodwood Park or living in Fairways in a $50 million mansion, wife getting contract to pressure wash, $220 a day workers, the contract is $17 million. That's the kind of stuff we're finding in HTC, in URP, and CPEP. Okay. That's what they had to stop. That's where the corruption was. Under the last government, the corruption was contracts. They're running the board and renew all them contracts for 3 years, 6 years, 9 years. You can't saddle an incoming government with your friends, family, and financiers, and that's what they try to do. And then come and couch it like it's these little people. But they run into a stone wall with Anand Ramlogan, and I want to tell you this, because the same lawsuit that they bring is how he find out that they never had cabinet approval. Their own lawsuit blew up in their face, because they tell the board that the cabinet approved the extension of these things, and it never was.
And it never was. Well, I see in the paper one man saying,
Joel Edwards saying,
yeah, and the next one saying another thing. And I was making a point this morning. I said, you know, usually when you have situations like that, it's because something wrong somewhere.
You're going to find out now.
Because if everything was done correctly, you wouldn't have all this drama. And I don't know. I don't know where the former minister of local government stands in that particular drama.
Is he gone quiet? Is he gone silent all of a sudden?
He's the one that brought the matter to the attention of the public. He said,
I sat down in the Senate and I watched the Attorney General look across the aisle and said, there are things that we have found. This man that speaks so quiet, so strained to listen.
Yeah.
Gangster talk, you know. Quiet. And the people who's supposed to hear it know I'm talking to them.
Right.
We find what you're doing. We found it.
Okay.
We found it. We see it, we have it.
There's a couple other things that we want to touch on here.
We told people about the consultation, right? It is this Sunday.
This Sunday is the pre-budget consultation.
We're there from 10 till 6. They have
10
parking.
10 to 6? 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
I tell you, it's 4 constituencies. So we have to make sure we have microphone stands, we have everything set up. We're not talking to you. We're there to listen to you and write it down. We're filming it, we're recording it. The Prime Minister will find out what the population of Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, Port of Spain South, Laventille East, Laventille West are interested in seeing to influence the country, right? So that is this Sunday.
Right.
From 10 o'clock in the morning, we're there.
And then
in the VIP lounge, nice air condition. Come and sit down and listen, come and line up, talk, get your thing. You could come in, make your contribution and go. You don't have to stay there for the day. Come in and say, listen, I'm busy, but this is what I want on the consultation. I want to suggest this. They take your name, they take your information. Go for it.
And then on the 22nd of July, you have the Stand Your Ground consultations.
Stand Your Ground consultation.
And that takes place where?
Starts. Well, in every constituency again.
That's constituency by constituency?
Back in every constituency again.
All right.
Every major legislation, we're going to handle it that way. That's the Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Again, keeping her word, keeping our word, promises made, promises kept, that we are going to bring government back to the people, boom.
Okay.
That's how it's done.
And what about the, well, I know, as you mentioned, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, the Prime Minister, I see that there's an internal election. I read over the weekend that she has no challengers yet.
She went already.
I mean, I said it last week.
Who would challenge
I said, well, you know, when she was not Prime Minister and she was opposition leader, there were internal elections that were held and nobody could beat her. Now that she has won the election as Prime Minister,
that everybody who says she can't win, and look at that. She win another special. You know, they don't talk about that. She's the only leader that has won 2 special majorities. That's what she did. Back to back. 2010, 2015 was a special majority.
Yeah.
2010, 2015.
Yeah, 29-12. That was a special majority.
The Kamala Prasad Bisesa is unbeatable. Nobody would be foolish. You would have
to throw their hat in the ring. And there is nobody within the ranks of the UNC, no whispers of anybody want to challenge.
As political, I haven't heard a single soul. Okay. Everybody, 100%. I mean, I'm telling you, we are working very, very hard, but she has us in constant contact. We have regular meetings, the cabinet, the caucuses. She gets everybody together. We exchange information. Who want to get buff, take their buff. I was one of the ones that had to take a buff this week, but I take my buff, madam. But in all honesty, I couldn't be happier.
Okay.
I told somebody, I said, you know, when we said that when the UNC win, everybody win, I don't think people realize how much we've won. Stop the corruption, forget that. If you can't even contemplate what that is. We stopped the madness that was going on in Wassa. For the average person to understand, to the public servants who knew that what this PNM government was doing was destroying legacy jobs. It was destroying people's long-term employment and putting everybody on contract. And to the government, to the PNM government, that was enjoyable because they no longer had an obligation to you. But you, as a contract worker, you can't go to the bank and get a mortgage.
Yeah, well, just on that point before I bring up the final point before we run out of time. The contract issue that I see you all are talking about, and I'm glad that came up, because we have a lot of public servants, especially young people, who now come out from the little OJT training and whatever, and they're given these 6-month contracts, and then they got to break it and then renew it, and It's the same thing. They have no real sustainability.
Nothing.
So you all are planning to address that, and bring this into a more permanent...
Bring the Honorable Minister of Labour, Leroy Batiste. Bring him. Bring Felicia Thomas. That woman is like a lightning strike. And when you're in the room and she talking, she's spot on. She understands labor. Bring them to explain to you that, because we talk in Trinidad, right? We talk about Norway and Finland and Singapore. We like to talk about Singapore. 70% of the people who live in Singapore live in government housing, you know.
Right.
70% of 5.2 million people live in government housing. Because if you want to keep your society harmonious, solve the big problems: home, job, education for your children, healthcare, affordable food. Solve that and get out people's way. If people don't have housing problem, job problem, education, school book, grant, whatever, healthcare, they get sick, they can run in a hospital, you can put a plate of food on the table. If people have that taken care of, you're not going to have crime. You only lock up and lock down. People have no interest in coming out of their house and going and fight with police if they have no reason. Right? At the end of the day, if your needs met, you know Trinidadians. If your needs met, we want to like ourselves.
That's right. We don't have time for that. One of the things that I just want to find out, I want to get your opinion on here before we close off. Director, you have the Marvin Gonzalez headline for me? This was a bit disturbing. I saw it yesterday. I heard it even worse. I think hearing him say it and reading the headline is two different things. PNM chairman questions ethnic makeup of new state boards. The ethnic makeup of the new state boards. You have any thoughts on that?
I have a lot of thoughts on that, but many of them not made for TV.
Lord.
I want to say to you, last night I was thinking, because I bounced my toe walking in the TV room on it. I say, people who don't cuss, what did they say when they bounce their toe?
That's a...
We come back to Marvin and his nonsense. Marvin, that was obscene. Now, if I were the Prime Minister this morning, I would have just answered him by sending out all of the boards under the PNM that were monocultural. Let's look at it like that, right? But then that would be engaging him. Kamla Prasad Misesa has no interest in this war talk, this race talk, none of it.
Right.
There are boards, and he knows under this government, and it's not, I don't even think we did 10% of the boards yet. It's a lot of boards.
Yeah, because NLCB doesn't have a board yet. There's a lot of boards that have not been changed.
NCC now getting a board. Look at the board, almost 100% Afro-Trinbagonians. And I had to say on another station this morning, it's not a box of Chinese food you're packing. She have thousands of names, resumes, people's experience, qualifications, and she has to find the right person for the right board. And sometimes you will end up with a monocultural board. We live in a country like that. We live in a country like that. Now, if you say that we want to pass laws, like in the United States of America, they have certain things that they have laws. You have to have one African, one Indian, one Chinese.
Yeah, that was one DEI hires,
one
diversity,
one Syrian, one disabled. So, how do you do that and fly a plane if none of these people have the experience or the qualifications? At the end of the day, you have to put the best person for the job. When you look at the NCC board, the best people for the job, why Indo-Trinbagonians to stand up and make a noise?
But NCC don't even have a board right now.
No, but I'm saying no.
But I think it's supposed to be selected.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Rhoda Barrett releasing information. She says she getting sources. But I'm saying, look at the composition of all the boards and you'll realize what he's talking is nonsense. They're cherry picking. But I'll tell you this morning, my opinion, why they creating all those fires, because they want to create this idea, this narrative of political persecution, because he know prosecution coming. He know prosecution, which is a different word to persecution. They sound the same. He knows that they left a mountain of corruption. And we were discussing it among ourselves in my office, and we say, these people had to think in the HTC. They were shredding some documents between election and when we take over.
I read a story, yeah, I saw that story.
Because they get catch with their pants down. They thought they were winning the election. They did clumsy stuff. I mean, they did things that if fraud squad come in there, they are telling you, they have things going on happen. But unto the people who saying, where the arrest, where the prosecution, is the same talk. The team that is leading the legal aspect of this thing, they know how to dot their I's and cross their T's. You have to get your evidence and give it to the Director of Public Prosecutions. You have to give him an airtight prosecution. So
yeah, and just on that note, just as we wrap up, because we almost out of time, 7:36. Based on what you just said
there.
there.
Like to let me go, you know. Like when I come, stay holy.
No, but based on what you just said there, the Attorney General made a statement in the Parliament. He said, we would like those on the other side to know that we will be investigating and prosecuting white-collar crime. White-collar crime, for me, is the foundation for all the other crime that comes after it, right? The shootings, the killings, the gangs, the robbery, this. Because when you have people that are taking...
It is the facilitator. It is the incubator.
Correct. So my thing is, we have had a lot of callers on the show, and they have said, to them, it is time that people start to get locked up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Are we going to possibly see that?
Brother, I'm telling you, they have people whose name I could call this morning who deliberately quiet, you know.
Nah, but don't call it. You know
what? I sat down as a visitor to the House of Representatives when the Honorable Attorney General was on his legs. And I heard the anger in that man's voice when he said in his ministry, he found documents that was trying to create things about members of the opposition and using public funds for that kind of mischief. And he said he saw names like the Minister of Education, Daulat. He said you could contemplate putting Daulat name on something like that, or the leader of the party. And he watched them and he tell them, I am going to war with you. I'm going to war with you. I'm going to war with you. And I watch this and I say, but this man, everybody looking down. Nobody looking up. Nobody jump up. Mr. Speaker, stand in order. Stand in. Not a dog bark.
We hear that clip when he said
John
that.
Jeremy,
you and you.
John Jeremy does not, if you listen to him, you realize he's very economical with words. He doesn't waste words. What he says, he knows at some point, he will bounce it back up in a court of law. Plenty people have a lot to answer, and this government. So to the people who say, forget about the busing mark, we're not busing mark. We are releasing information into the public space. This is where the money went. This is where the $600 billion gone, and we have nothing to show for it. And we had a government, a P&M government, that was telling you, tighten your belt, throw away your shoe, eat bread, fruit, ride your bicycle, because the government had no money, but the government had money. But the government, friends, family, and financiers was thieving all the money. And we're going to prove it, and we're going to prosecute. Mark my words.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Edward Alexander, and of course, Senator. Well, Senator Alexander, too. I forget
you could call me anything. Only the people in my family.
I should have put Senator, you know, but anyhow.
I tell them only the
Senator
people in my
Philip
family
Alexander,
have
Minister
to
in the Ministry of
say
Housing.
honorable
Senator.
boss.
But nevertheless, people, you heard it here. The consultations are on this Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah. That's pre-budget. And, of course, on July 22nd, they got the Stand Your Ground legislation consultations that will begin as well. Constituency by constituency, so make sure and look out for that. We got to take a break. When we come back, Dr. Watson is up next. Stay tuned. Yeah, man.
Introducing Open Minds Primary School Lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
No time to waste this vacation. Join Elders Classes Vacation Bootcamp.
Our vacation program has a wide range of CSEC subjects. Also, this vacation, we have an 8 weeks conversational Spanish course. Tradition allows us at Elders to pass on what we know and what we love.
Drill them this vacation. No kicks. Join your batch.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning. We are 16 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. We got Dr. Watson with us. We want to thank, of course, the Minister in Ministry of Housing and Senator Philip Alexander for joining us this morning, telling us about that pre-budget consultation and, weighing in on a couple other issues. But we move on with Dr. Watson this morning. We're going to talk about marijuana this morning. Oh, yeah. Everybody's favorite subject these days. So, marijuana in adolescents and the use of it under the age of 25. Now, this conversation is based on the age limit increase recently announced by the Prime Minister. And Dr. Watson is going to tell us why one should not engage in the use of marijuana before the age of 25. Doc, go ahead.
Good morning, Stefan. How are you this
morning? Morning. Fine this morning, fine.
Right, so I was very excited to hear that they were going to increase the age for the legal use of marijuana to the age of 25 and over. I shall explain why. And I did a top tip on this on my social media. And it caused one set of hoo-ha, who say is UNC, who say
Oh,
this and
jeez,
that.
on
This is
HS.
medical facts we're talking about from a trained palliative care doctor. All right? So when you're an adolescent, your brain is maturing. So when you're a teenager, all the way up to 25, your brain is now maturing. The endocannabinoid system in the brain is crucial for that development. And that is the area of the brain that marijuana affects.
Okay.
So, why do so many people use marijuana? Well, out of all the drugs on the market, marijuana is supposed to be the safest one. Because in order for you to die from an overdose of marijuana, you have to smoke about 15,000 spliffs in about 20 minutes or something ridiculous like that.
Okay.
So it is not life-threatening. However, when the marijuana affects this area in the brain while it is maturing, it stops your growth and development. So what happens? Your cognitive abilities, your ability to gain knowledge and retain new things, retain more learning, for you to have good memory. All of that is the part that marijuana affects.
Okay.
So when you start smoking this thing before the age of 25, that is what happens. It's like if you wrap yourself up in a cocoon, so you start smoking marijuana at the age of 13 or 14, and you're trapped into that cocoon, whatever your IQ, meaning how intelligent you were at that age. That's basically where your knowledge stays, and your IQ does not move forward from that if you become a chronic addicted smoker. Now, you will have people that go and experiment once or twice or whatever. That ain't gonna kill nobody. But, and I shouldn't even say that, but the truth is, if it is that you are going to be doing this thing, these are the effects.
Right.
And your brain matures from the age, that area of the brain matures from the age 25 and above. So, I have a little story, Stefan. I went to a school. I do talks in schools, right? So, two in particular. One was a very prestigious school. And my question was, how many of y'all inside of here know someone who smokes marijuana or smokes marijuana yourself? Now, I do it like that so they ain't gonna feel funny if they are indulgent. And the whole class put up their hand. Stefan, these were the children between 12 to 17 and 18.
Okay.
This is the age group we are talking about, that it is more or less rampant, especially since they decriminalized it and everybody can walk around with their 30 grams.
Yeah,
Now,
since
no
they
problem if
decriminalized
want
it, you see men smoking. I mean, I see it in parties, fests, the police right there.
Yes.
Yeah, they're burning the herb. Yeah.
But now I feel every time I see that, I feel to walk up to them and say, how old are you?
Right.
You 25? No, you're under 25. Well, crap, smoke your pipe, because after that now, what are these? If you get in this as a major problem in schools, especially schools where you have the future in your hand, these are the people that are going to lead us later on. What's going to happen in our society is everybody smoking marijuana and they do not develop their brain properly. It is also stated medically, this is a medical fact, that if it is that you smoke marijuana, whatever your IQ was before, so you'll always hear stories about, oh, he was a real bright boy, real bright boy. And I don't know what happened to him. He was head boy and this and that and the other. And when you look back at the history, it's not really alcohol and thing, it's marijuana smoking.
Right.
The other big thing that I read about, Stefan, when I was preparing for all of this, because I think people think I just wake up in the morning and just talk, anything that comes to the top of my head. I have to read multiple medical journals before I could even go and do top tips or even come on your show and discuss things. So one of the big things that they found is that when they had a lot of motor vehicular accidents and they had to do autopsies on these young, mostly male, but these young children, you know what they found in their system? It wasn't alcohol, Stefan. It was THC. It was marijuana. So when you see all them sort of accident all over here, there and everywhere, these young children, sometimes it is not alcohol abuse, it is marijuana abuse. And they're busy driving, especially with marijuana. Some children get psychosis with it. So they get hallucinations. Now, people that get this kind of problem, or they get paranoid and get hallucinations when they smoke, I don't care what age you are, you shouldn't smoke it at all. At all. some people get this, others have no problem otherwise. The other thing I want to draw is that I am not against the use of marijuana, because in palliative care it is extremely useful for pain, for sleep, for opening up appetite. And I would use it on somebody under the age of 25 if they were dying. You understand? If they had months or weeks to live, no problem at all.
Okay.
But in the case of if you're using it for a medical issue, I would not prescribe it to anybody under the age of 25 if they were not terminal and dying.
It's interesting you bring up the medicinal value of marijuana or cannabis, because I was in St. Vincent and the Grenadines recently, and they have a whole industry that is built around medicinal. As a matter of fact, the company is called Medicinal, medicinal marijuana use, and
yes,
it's grown, and you know they have it's TCB, no TB. Oh God, CBD.
Wait a minute. CBD oils, right?
Right, the CBD oils. That's the medicinal side. And the go ahead. You tell me. I'm trying to remember.
Okay, so CBD, real CBD, not what you get in herbal store down here. Real CBD has about 3% of THC. That is mostly used to maintain sleep or to maintain relaxation. The higher the THC will be more for pain, for inducing sleep, and also for okay, so it's higher the THC is for inducing sleep, open up appetite, and for pain. I get kind of mixed up there. So that's the difference between the two things. But if you are using both, they can both be used together, especially in patients that need it. And as I always say, I can't wait to be able to legally say, hey, let's use this in palliative care, because it will be extremely useful, and it will help even for patients that have other issues like seizures and Parkinson's and all these other things. But we're going back to the problem. If you're under 25, darling, and you have a long life to live, you shouldn't be dabbling with it because of the problem where you will not advance in life.
Yeah.
You will stay bubbled up in a little corner, and even if you do pass and get your degree, you'll never be able to hold a job. And we've seen this time and time again. So this is why I think was a fantastic issue here with the new government, bringing in the fact that they want to stop the legal use of it before 25.
All right.
Especially when I read about the motor vehicular accident rates with younger children in their teens and up to the age of 25 that were found to have high THC levels when they got into serious accidents. So all of these things, I hope you listen. This is not a political thing. This is not Nadia Watson waking up in the morning and saying whatever she feels to say. This is medical journals and medical evidence that I dabble in before I do these talk tips and these talks.
It's amazing, it has happened to me. I just had to do it too. From the time you take a position that is pro one side or anti another side, you are labeled, right? And you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to say this is not no political, nothing this scientific doctor thing, blah blah blah. You're a doctor. You state in your position. Obviously, now that you have explained it based on the research that is available, I can understand better now why 25 was the age that they chose. And they didn't just pull it out the ear and say, look, we're going to raise this from 18 to 25.
Crucial time of brain maturing. Crucial period is near adolescent age. And that if you don't remember anything else, that endocannabinoid system is crucial for that development. And that's the area that marijuana affects.
Okay.
So you need to be mature here, and that is at the age of 25 before you go and dabble up in it.
Okay. Well,
and if you get psychosis and hallucinations from it, Stefan, you shouldn't smoke it at all.
Right.
At all.
No, I tried it. I mean, everybody, listen, if you are an adult at this stage and you are telling me that you never tried it at some point in time in your life, then I don't know, something might be wrong with you. Because
studies show that almost everybody has dabbled in it, whether they eat it, smoke it, wherever they do, before the age of 25. Everybody has tried it at one point or the other in their life.
So
not me, of course.
Right. Not you, of course. All right. But I tried it, but the problem with me is that when I tried it, I would just start a laugh at anything. Just an uncontrollable laugh. Anything. The breeze could just blow a little gust of wind could pass and blow a leaf. And the leaf move. And I start to crack up at that. So I realized that's not for me.
Yeah.
But just to be clear in closing here, because we got to wrap up, and I got to go to a break. But just in closing here, I want to make it very clear. When we talk about the use of marijuana before the age of 25, we're talking about smoking it and edibles, right?
Yes, any version of it. Whether you make a tea with it, whether you eat it, whether you smoke it, whether you vape it. All right, and a lot of marijuana users, especially under the age of 25, I had plenty of them telling me, oh, this helps them retain and this relax them, and how it's not for everybody, but they have no problems. They have problems and they ain't no problems, because I went and checked their profile and they look like they have some problems. But, you know, I just was doing my own investigations.
Right.
So they don't like to hear it. So this is not based on Nadia Watson, as I said, waking up in the morning and deciding to just invent this story. This is factual, okay? So please, anybody out there who listens today, spread the word, okay?
All right. Well, Dr. Watson, thanks a lot for joining us this Thursday. And of course, if you need to contact Dr. Watson, you can get her on 319-8955. That is 319-8955. You can get her there and get more information. So thanks a lot. Until...
Anytime, Stefan.
All right.
Next Thursday.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so I tell you what, that's Dr. Watson on the inside. We got to take our final break and come back with the birthdays. Woo, we got it close this morning. Stay tuned.
Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji, Are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh G. He is an expert in palm, face and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh G at +1 86838438844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsane, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Ronnie used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva la Carnival, the celebration.
All right, people, so we are back. We got some birthdays to get to, and then we're out of here. But before we get to the birthdays, I've got to remind you about the Keolic range of products, which is backed by science with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. And, of course, these products are made with the aged garlic extract, all right? So you can pick up any product in the Keolic range and be amazed at the results with the Keolic Cleanse and Digestion, the Keolic Blood Pressure Health, the Keolic Cholesterol Health, Keolic Total Heart Health, and the Keolic Circulation Health, all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all include the aged garlic extract formulation. They got the Keo Green Powdered Drink Mix as well, and the Keodophilus Probiotics. So get the Keolic range of products at pharmacies and health stores across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. All right, so we got some birthdays here. And we got 8 of them, so we're going to get to them very quickly. First off, my good brethren Hayden Phillips, out in Miami. Hayden celebrated his birthday on the 14th of July. He forgot to send the picture, so he sent it today. So I had to pick up my boy Hayden, man. Hayden, I can't wait to see you in October, man. Also, happiest, kindness, generous, and overall wonderful person, Prem Jagasa, celebrates their birthday today, and birthday greetings coming on from wife Anne, children Avin, Sarika, Sachin, Nari, Kavita, Nick, Alicia, Shaz, Aziz, and grandchildren Megan, Ashara, and Alex. All right, and okay, happy 72nd birthday going out to Prem Jagasa, all right. Also, I got to say happy birthday going out to Jaden. That's right. Jaden Engliang. All right. Jaden, happy birthday, boy. I know you're on holidays right now. Presentation college student, of course. And that's my nephew. Well, cousin really, yeah, but, you know, I call them nephew, they just call me uncle. All right, and this is coming from your parents, Lana and Michael, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and, of course, your cousins. And do enjoy the day. Lana, you don't ever send a picture, girl. Oh, God. All right. Why everything going back black? Okay. Also, kindly extend happy 80th birthday wishes to mother-in-law Zanifa Ali, and also 63rd wedding anniversary celebrations with her husband, Mr. Enite Ali, coming from son-in-law Coralal, daughter Joan, your 2 sons, all your grandchildren and great-grandchildren, with all Allah's blessings. All right, so happy birthday to you guys, and happy anniversary. Well, happy birthday to Zanifa, and happy anniversary to the couple. Also got to say good morning, Stefan and team, sending birthday greetings to Noreen Mohammed, all right, and Rishi, all right, and this is coming from Anita Black, all right, wishing them all God's blessings, and she said that she will make this day special for both of you. A sister's love and bond is always forever, wishing them many, many more years of birthdays, and that's from Anita Black. So happy birthday to you guys, Noreen and Rishi. Also, my good brethren, Roger Natu. Natu! What's going on? We got to say happy birthday going out to Roger Natu on behalf of Wendy and the rest of your family. They wish you a terrific day today and with all God's blessings. Roger, take it easy, man. Boy, people are still drinking now. I really know. I asked that man, you know, but anyhow. Also, we got to say happy birthday greetings going out to Chandul Jatan. Chandul Jatan, 87 years old today. Happy birthday. We didn't get a picture. And finally, good morning. Stefan would like to take this opportunity to wish our amazing dad. Oh, we get a picture here now. Chandul Jatan, a happy birthday coming from the entire family. And we want to let him know that we love him and wish him a wonderful day. So that's it for today, people. We are out. Tomorrow is Friday. We have a very interesting group coming in tomorrow to premiere a music video for a song that you're going to love. It's a real like the song. It's bad. And you're going to love it too. But you're going to tune in tomorrow to find out about that and to hear it and to see it and everything. So look out for all of that tomorrow. Until then, we're gone. Later.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.